have gotten a sore back or neck after staring at our computers for too long. You might not realize it, but being conscious of your posture, I'm going to sit up for this, can really help you feel better. Here to tell us how is ergonomist Michelle Joyce. Did I pronounce that right? You're an ergonomics expert.
Yes, and a posture coach as well.
And a posture coach. Now, what are the benefits? I mean, I know everybody's mom has said stand up straight as we leave the house, and so we know that that looks nice, but what are the health benefits?
Well, good posture is not just about looking nice, but it's actually about feeling good and using your body to its maximum efficiency. So for example, if I'm sitting here and I'm rolled back, right away I'm collapsing in my chest. I can't take deep breaths, so right away I'm going to get fatigued easier. My head is forward, and so to keep my head from going like that, I'm using all these muscles back here. And
Which gives you all that tension that resides in that area, right?
Knots, all kinds of things.
So everybody's seated here. Let's just, this is time, people. Let's get some instruction on how we should be seated to our best advantage.
Well, the first time I noticed in the studio that someone said posture, the entire audience went like this. Right?
And this was the first time we thought about it all day.
And they kind of stopped breathing and they were using their muscles. And, you know, actually good posture is about relaxing and being very efficient with your body. And so there are kind of three big tips that I encourage people to do. The first one is to make sure that you're not rolling back on the back of your pelvis onto your tailbone. You want to make sure you're on your sits bones.
On your buns.
Yeah, well, even more forward. So if you kind of scoot your bottom way back in the chair.
Are we doing it?
Then
Everybody's scooting?
sit up. Good. Thank you, guys. Then you're kind of on like a bone in the bottom of your pelvis that's meant for holding that weight. And when you're in the right spot, your spine is naturally going to want to stack up straight, as opposed to if you're in your tailbone, you actually cannot. So that's one.
That's a really good point. Okay.
The second one is about the chest. Everybody always puffs their chest out, pinches their shoulder blades, and puts a lot of tension in their upper body. And so you want to have an open chest, but without sticking out your lower ribs and without being really tight.
Well, I normally sit, I find myself hunched forward, so is it just rolling your shoulders back a little bit?
It is about rolling your shoulders back, but also because most of us have chronically kind of been rolled forward, we have patterns of tightness. So these muscles are tight, and the muscles in our upper back are weak, and so we need to also do some stretches and exercises to kind of even them out. And so just really simple things like when you're watching TV, just put your arms back and just do a nice little stretch on the couch. I'm working to improve my posture just by letting those muscles open up a little bit.
Plus that feels good, right? Can you guys do that with Get to know your neighbor.
The audience is getting to know each other. That's very sweet.
Well, I can feel that stretch. That absolutely makes sense. Okay, so you have a DVD, and it's called 30-Day Posture Makeover. What do we learn in this?
Well, there are 30 videos. They're between 5 and 10 minutes each, and each one has a different posture tip, and then it has a couple of stretches and exercises that you can do, so that by the end of 30 days, you should have really opened up your chest and strengthened some of the weak muscles, and really learned about how to make the behavioral changes that you need to know about ergonomics and about how to set yourself up for success. I think that just saying sit up straight kind of just sets people up for failure, because they try and they try, but they don't know
what
how.
that means exactly. That's why I wanted you to kind of take us through some tips, because we do all kind of go ramrod straight when we're reminded about our posture, but I knew that wasn't what you meant exactly. So you said something that really caught my interest, and that is about, when you're collapsing down, you can't get the breaths you need and you feel more fatigued. And I know lots of people will sit at their desk for 2 or 3 hours and just feel worn out. So we can actually get more energy by doing this, correct?
Yes, I mean, people say, oh, I don't sit up straight because I'm lazy. If you're lazy, then you should sit up straight because it's much more efficient, right? Going like this and using all the muscles and not being able to breathe, that's what's more difficult. That's what's going to give you chronic pain and fatigue at the end of the day.
I heard at one point, and this might not be true, it might be a myth, that having your posture corrected means fewer headaches, that those kind of tension headaches that you get through your head and your neck are reduced. Is that correct or not?
It depends on the person. Everybody has different kinds of results, but I mean, that would make sense if you're having tension headaches because you have excessive tightness in this area and that's what it's from, and the tightness melts away, then yes, that would definitely help.
And everybody in our studio audience is going to feel better quite soon because Michelle is sending everybody home with a copy of her DVD. That is terrific. Thank you very much. That was fun. More New Day after this. That's really great.